driving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. You can really tell when those aren't on, right? Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody's having a good day. The cats were playing with this right next to me. Good morning, Melissa. Good to see you. I haven't seen you on here before, probably because of the time, but thank you for joining. It's going to take a couple of seconds for people to get on, so I usually mess around a little bit. We talk about stuff too, all right? But my cats were playing with it, like right there. It's like, they always find like the right spot, actually the wrong spot, and I love them. Morning, David. Good to see you, brother. So, and I'm starting to get a little nervous. It's 48 hours until my meeting with the mayor, and getting nervous, which I think should be normal. So my nervousness will usually leave about 10 minutes before, and then it turns into something else. So you can utilize your nervousness. So why am I nervous? Well, we were talking about it a little bit yesterday. Shyness, man. I don't really know this cat. I mean, I know some of them a little bit, but I've been told I was told by a judge that he's a lot like me, and that we should get along great. And I gotta say, man, I'm grateful for the people in my life. I've gotten a lot of compliments in the last week, a lot of character building. People are really pointing out the good things that I am and building those. And I didn't ask anybody to do that. It's just been happening. And that has been really nice. And I want to thank people for that. It does feel nice. I mean, yes, let's just keep it at that. Right? Because I want to stay humble about everything too. So, you guys, what we do isn't necessarily easy. Right? We do a lot of hard work. We do work that other people won't, unable to. Some people are in the program and they can't do this. I understand why. But I also get a lot of flack from normies. And I get a lot of flack because, I have a lot of neighbors. I tell my brother-in-law, and I don't think my brother-in-law understands what I do either. I've tried to explain it to him. But what I measure success is different than other people. See, I don't bring in any money while I'm doing this, so they don't measure this as success. But I've helped thousands of people with no money. We have. I need to rephrase that because it's trudging together. I didn't do that myself. I apologize. I should have said that a different way. So how are we supposed to measure that? Well, I'm going to measure it how I want and what I consider success. And what I consider success is a new person showing up at my cat won't stop playing with my foot, so I had to kick him. I didn't kick him. It sounds like I'm mean, but I'm not. I pushed him away. I love my kitty cats. So, so what we can do is pretty hard, especially when we start getting pressure from other people that may not understand, some that don't want to understand. See, then a lot of these people are stuck in a mind frame of a different kind of success, right? I don't work that way. So And AA doesn't work that way. And I live off the principles. And I tell you now, I should not say it that way. I hardly ever worry about money. We don't make, I'll make any money. Somehow I was able to get a brand new freaking fridge up there. A new LG fridge with crushed ice. I love crushed ice. Don't tell me God doesn't work, man. This is what it is. I'm not making money and they want money. But even if I was making money, I ain't going to get my money. All right? My money will go towards homeless shit. It's getting really, really warm. I'm going to go grab my fan. It's going to take me 2 seconds, guys. I'm sorry. I'm a drummer, so I have fans strategically located everywhere. Thank you guys for being patient. I appreciate that as I step over my own. Thanks, kiddies. That's what you were playing with. All right. This is a total mess this morning. All right. That was a lot of work for a fan. You guys are probably laughing at me. All right. Let's get to Experience the Best Teacher. Let's get to this, man. And that's kind of what we're talking about. That's kind of what I was talking about. So that's what I do all day is I share my experience. And sometimes my experience may be along the lines of figuring out what treatment might be best for somebody. Or, it usually has to do with somebody trying to find their way. Okay. I'm 50 years old and I've been through a lot. Unfortunately, not unfortunately. I've been through a lot in my life. I've drank with the best of them, and I've drank under the bridge. I yelled at Simon Cowell one night. Right. I don't know how I always ended up in these very rich, fancy places when I never had a roof over my head. I don't know how I pulled that shit off, but I did. I used to hang out with pretty prominent people, and I never paid. I don't know how I got away with that. I think I'm just a very good talker. I don't know. And so the experience is the best teacher, and that's what I've been talking about lately. It's actually what I'm going to be talking to about the mayor. It means that you can help when no one else can. Okay? The other great thing about experience is that it's fact. It cannot be changed. So your past is fact, no matter what anybody says. Right? Good judgment comes from experience, and experience comes from bad judgment. Says Facebook user. All right. Sometimes I get a Facebook user. It's not telling me. I was going to try and cheat. Anyway, I'll eventually try and guess who that is, probably. All right. Experience the best teacher. Being still inexperienced and having just made a conscious contact with God is not probable that we are going to be inspired at all times. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 87. That means it's either Schmidt. Yeah, it's Schmitty. You didn't let me guess. Now people are going to argue and think I'm psychic, dude. The fuck's wrong with you? I want to talk to you, Schmitty. Sorry, guys. I want to talk to you about doing paranormal videos, dude. By the way, okay. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 87. We're all familiar with page 87. As soon as I start reading it, you're going to know. We usually conclude the period of meditation with prayer, but see, we're jumping right in here. So On awakening, let us think about the 24 hours ahead. Morning, Michael. Good to see you, man. So, on awakening, let's think about the 24 hours ahead. And really, we only really have to think about the next 16, right? Aren't we going to sleep 8 of that? All right. Already got 8 of them knocked out for the day. Unless you're like me, I can take 12 out because I sleep 12 hours. I do. I just slept 12 hours. That's why I got up early, because I went to bed at 7. All right. Before we begin, so before we even start the day, we're going to ask God for some help. Okay? And it's not going to be too hard. Before we begin, we ask God to direct our thinking, especially asking that it be divorced from self-pity, dishonest, or self-seeking motives. What I do is I start with the serenity prayer. I ask God to keep me clean and sober. I pray for all the people in my life that I'd like to pray for. I say the 3rd step prayer, and then I finish. And I'm one of those people, I don't say amen at the end of that because I want to feel like I'm carrying it through the day. Amen feels like a finalization, like we're kind of done with that part, but I don't feel like we're done with that part, so I don't say it. One of those little things that I do with myself. Hell yeah, got with Shane Smith. He just did one, got interviewed about a month ago. Look it up. Yeah. What? Oh yeah, get with Shane Smith. He just did one. Shane, you're on. Unless I got 2 Facebook users. People are confusing the hell out of me. All right, under these conditions, we can employ our mental faculties with assurance. For after all, God gave us brains to use. Our thought life will be placed on a much higher plane when our thinking is cleared of wrong motives, right? I'm going to tell you, when I got up this morning, my motives weren't right. Nope. I woke up today and I was happy it was cease and desist day. I don't know if I feel like I got cocky about it, which means now I really need to stop. That means I need to stop and look at it, because that is not the right attitude. Looks like I'm going to have to make some phone calls and talk to some people about it before I do anything. In thinking about our day, we may face indecision. We may not be able to determine which course to take. Here we ask God for inspiration, an intuitive thought, or a decision. We relax and take it easy. We do not struggle. We are often surprised how the right answers will come after we have tried this for a while. All right? Or letting go, or all these things are practiced. All these things are practiced. Okay? It's muscle memory. Right? It's a reaction to something, which is muscle memory. Okay? Just like when I hear a song, I start my arms start doing this because it's muscle memory. I've played the song before, know what to hit, and it's automatic for me because I practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced it. Makes sense? So the more you practice this, the better you're going to get at it, just like anything else. Letting go and letting God is the biggest one. That's the biggest thing to practice. So practice it all the fucking time. All the time. Colts interviews. Yeah, I saw that. No, that's why I was asking you, dude. But I've got a different idea. You're going to like my idea. Of course, it's going to take time, and I don't know if we got it. So, I just think that I could do some talking on one, and we could get a bunch of people. Anyway. Now that I'm trying to put together a new YouTube channel in the middle of this, I'm going to stop talking about that. Sorry, Smitty. I will follow up with you. Okay, as we go through the day, we pause when agitated or doubtful, and we ask for the right thought or action. We constantly remind ourselves we are no longer running the show, humbly saying to ourselves many times each day, "Thy will be done." We are then in much less danger of excitement, fear, angry, worry, self-pity, or foolish decisions. Morning, Amanda. Good to see you, honey. All right, I am at the 15-minute mark, but I had a lot of people jump on a little bit later, so I'm going to hang out a little bit longer. Um, we are then in much less danger of excitement, fear, angry, worry, self-pity, or foolish decisions. We become much more efficient. So see, when I'm not letting that stuff control my whole day and control the moment, good morning, Gary, it's good to see you, dude, then I will be free of this other shit that stands in my way, like, hey, that guy over there is just lazy. A lot of people think that because I am always in my pajamas. It isn't that I'm lazy, it's that I forget. I get caught up in what I'm doing, and yeah, always page 88, always. Yeah, I get it. I miss Jack too. Jack was the only other person I knew that could do the um that had everything memorized that I did. Known Jack for a long time. Jack passed away a couple months ago. It still hurts. So, all right, it works. It really does. We alcoholics are undisciplined, so we let God discipline us in the simple way we have just outlined. But this is not all. There is action and more action. Faith without works is dead. The next chapter is entirely devoted to step 12. Faith without works is dead. You have to work your faith. You have to work it. I have found out recently that, or at least for me, that God's love language is trust. And the more trust I put in Him, the more He loves it. Don't you like being loved with your love language? All right, let's read the rest of this and we will finish on up. Some say that experience is the best teacher, but I believe that experience is the only teacher. Now, do not do that to yourselves. Okay? It is not the only teacher. There are so many ways to learn, guys. You don't have to use experience. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay? It is okay to listen to somebody say, I went out. Don't go do it. Do not go the experience route. Go ahead and listen to them. Sometimes I don't agree with what they say, by the way. It's just stupid. It is. It's one person's opinion. That's why. I'm not saying that's why it's stupid. Oh my God. I just dug my own hole. All right. Let's just say I don't agree with it. All right. I have been able to learn of God's love for me only by the experience of my dependence on that love. I can agree with that, though. At first, I could not be sure of His direction in my life, but now I see that I am to be bold enough to ask for His guidance. I must act as if He provided it. I frequently ask God to help me remember that He has a path for me. I agree with a lot of this, but there's some ego in there. Did you catch it? His guidance, I must act as if He provided it. I get where they're coming from, though. Okay, now I'm going to work on agreeing with this. I'm going to come into agreement with it. It's kind of like expect the best and accept the rest. It's a hard concept to put your mind around until you do it. So I get what they're saying now. Right? Except for that first part. Don't follow that. And I do. I absolutely believe that. And that's what I was and that's why I was talking about that a little bit before we got started. How there are some people that believe in me. There's some people that do not. And I'm not saying that because it upsets me. You get used to it. It appeared in my mind almost immediately that God has a plan for me, man. He has a plan. Expectations are premeditated resentments. Yeah, see? How can you? It's hard to come into agreement with all that, huh? Yeah. Yeah. I think that's kind of a personal decision. I think we're gonna, because some people go this way, some people go that way. Kind of like I'm in the belief that God sometimes will give me more than I can handle, so that I reach out to His children. There are some people that think that God never gives them more than they can handle, and both of them are correct because it's experience, all right? So both of those are absolutely true. Absolutely. So it's Monday, huh? Yeah, it's Monday. All right, guys. I'm avoiding what I need to do. I need to go do it. All right. I love you guys. I went over, and that's okay. It's just kind of a rolling thing. I don't know if it's going to be this week or next week. I'm going to start bringing people actually on, so you will actually be on with me if you have something to say on it. And I think I'm going to make them more like a half hour, so people can come on. I'll bring up a topic, and then we can kind of round robin it real quick for a half hour, and I think people get more experience. I'd like to do that once or twice a week, maybe once a week in the beginning. I take things slow. Slow and steady wins the race. It does. Just ask my competitors. All right, guys. Peace out. I love you. Peace out and have